Because if your energy body is done in a certain way, your physical and mental body will only be a reflection of that. If there are no problems in your energy body, there shall be no problems in your physical or your mental bodies. Right now, the problem with the modern world is this. See, because you're using the word consciousness, let me say this. So there are many aspects to who you are right now. There is a body, physical body, which is an accumulation. The food that we've eaten has consolidated itself like this. There is a mental body. Mind is not just here, it's across the body. Every cell in the body has its own intelligence and enormous amount of memory, isn't it? Every cell in your body remembers trillion times more than what your conscious mind can remember, because it remembers your forefathers. Your cells must be having some trouble because of so many different origins but still, your body is not confused. It remembers perfectly well, exactly. Confusion can happen in your head, but no cell in your body is confused. All that memory is perfectly preserved, isn't it? The imprints of million years. So there is a mental body. We call this manomaya kosha, that means there's a whole mental body. So this is hardware, that is software. You may have good hardware, you may have good software, but if you don't plug it into quality power, both these things are as good as stones, isn't it? So the third dimension is referred to as pranamaya kosha or the energy body. There's an underlying energy body. So the whole work of yoga is to handle the energy body in such a way, because if your energy body is done in a certain way, your physical and mental body will only be a reflection of that. If there are no problems in your energy body, there shall be no problems in your physical or your mental bodies. Right now, the problem with the modern world is this: they're trying to fix the physical body, they're trying to fix the mental body, no any kind of thing with the energetic system. So these three are physical in nature. Physical body is absolutely physical, even mental body is physical, even energy body is physical, but a very subtle physicality. The next dimension of your body is called as vijnanamaya kosha. That means it's a transitory body. It is not a body that you can perceive with five senses. See, anything that's physical, you can perceive by seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting and touching. Anything that's not physical, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it, you cannot feel it, you cannot smell it, you cannot hear it. So that's why even if it's right here, you will not know it. That doesn't mean there is nothing here. There's a whole lot of stuff here, but you don't feel it, because these five senses are no use for those purposes. These five senses are wonderful for survival. It gives you a picture. If your eyes did not work, you would walk into the water, all right? Not walk upon the water like you were expecting me to do.
I was hoping you still will.
Because if I can walk on the water, but then where shall I swim? I won't do such a foolish thing. So the fourth dimension is transitory, it's called vijnanamaya kosha. Transitory means from physical, it's becoming non-physical. The fifth dimension of your body is called anandamaya kosha. It is purely non-physical in nature. If something is non-physical, how would you define it?
I don't know that I could.
You cannot, because only if there is some kind of, boundary, you can define, you can say, oh, this is a woman, this is a man, this is a house, because there is a boundary. If there is no boundary, how do you define it? There is no definition. So, there is no definition, there is no way to describe it. Because of that, we speak of it from our experience. So we call it Anandamaya Kosha, which means the bliss body. This doesn't mean a bubble of bliss is sitting within you. It's non-physical in nature, but whenever we touch it, we become blissful. Because of that, it's a child's language. In America it's in use. For example, these are speakers, but some time ago, people would be carrying big tape recorders on their shoulders, listening to the music when there were no headphones and stuff. They called it a boom box.
Yes.
Okay because it's a child's language, it's doing boom boom, so it's a boom box.
Yes.
So because whenever we touch this, we become blissful, so it's the bliss body, because we don't know how to define it. Something that's non-physical, not only doesn't have a boundary, also doesn't have a quantity, isn't it?
Right.
So as we sit here, this is my body, that's your body. This is my mind, that's your mind. They will never be one.